This has been one of the most surprising experiences that I ever had. And if it wasn't released this year, the year that was stacked with a bunch of amazing games, this would have gotten far more attention. Dying Light Beast is absolutely worth your time and worth your money. And if you ask me, it might be the returning to the form, and it even might be the best Dying Light game, gameplay-wise at least. I know this is a hot take, but yeah, hear me out. And if you want just straight up answer, I gave it to you. Dying Light Beast is absolutely worth your time and worth your money. It is far better than the second one. It is smaller in scope, but much more compacted, much more dense. It does not have an amazing story, but the story is interesting enough to keep you gripped. And gameplay is returned to the form. It is on par with the first game, if not better. And I cannot wait to see what they will do with the next game. But now, let's get to the details and explain what Dying Light Beast even is and why it is worth your time and worth your money. And why am I even surprised like that? Now, first things first, for the ones who didn't know, Dying Light the Beast was supposed to be an expansion for Dying Light 2. It was supposed to be the expansion that would return the protagonist of an original game, Kyle, to the second game, but it was scrapped. They decided that the DLC was too big and they wanted to release it as a separate game, and they were kind of right. Story-wise, this is happening, I think, around 13 years later after Dying Light the following, the expansion of the first game. And I'm not giving you any major spoilers, just a spoiler for literally the first maybe 10 minutes of the game. Kyle was actually held captive for this 13 years and being experimented on because of the things and issues that happened in the Dying Light following. And something happens and you escape from the facility while also uncovering that something is wrong with you. Well, wrong in a way that you have an ability to transform into, well, the beast, or rather gain a beast form. And if you ask me, I just call it the Spartan Rage. This is exactly how the Spartan Rage works. Like, you go press the button, you go insane, scream around and beat the hell out of everyone around. But not jumping forward, you wake up, you escape from the facility, and you are in this Swiss Alps type village, or rather a territory with a bunch of forests, bunch of villages and a town. And your goal is actually to get revenge on the person that actually held you captive. And to do so, you need to become stronger, regain your strength, and be able to control your abilities, your newfound ability. And if I'll tell you that the story is absolutely amazing, it's not. It's not bad. It's okay. The story is like your regular, oh, I'm gonna have revenge on the person that did me wrong. And yeah, that's understandable. And I need to become stronger in order to get there, in order to defeat this enemy. And yeah, the story is really not something that is amazing, but it's actually really cool as well. But what is really cool is how the world works and how the side quest works. Now, if Dying Light 2 was focusing on as big number as possible, like a large number of side quests that will take you around 500 hours to complete, here it's not that. Other than the main quests, you have a few side quests that you can do and few side activities, but the number is actually really low. It's not that big of a number. It's not your regular chase quests or your regular gathering quests. Quests actually have quite a lot of things to do, and they are very interesting. So the quality wise, I would say that this game is very close to the side quest quality of games like maybe Witcher 3. I mean, the side quest comparison to the main quest. It's not that level of side quest writing, but I mean the comparison. In the Witcher games, the comparison between main quest and side quest was really close. They're really good, both in the same manner. And here it's the same thing. And I think I might even enjoyed side quests more here than the main quest. But yeah, it's actually a really good thing to see. World is not really big, to be fair, and because of this you don't have a fast travel, but does mean that the traveling around is tedious. Well, because of the few things that are, well, essential for the Dying Light game. First things first, it's of course parkour. And not gonna lie, and it might be me, I'm not sure if it's that, but for some reason this parkour felt much better than in Dying Light 2. It felt much more fluid, it felt much more fast, and it felt much more responsive than in Dying Light 2. Maybe it's just me, but it felt for me. And it felt right from the get-go when Kyle is at its weakest. But as you progress through the game, you're actually kind of like regaining your strength, to like remember how the things work, because you were 13 years in captivity and you are moving faster, you climb faster, you climb higher, and you have much more abilities even outside of the skill trees. And skill trees are also another thing, because this game is kind of like an RPG light, maybe we can call it like that, RPG light, because you are leveling up in the game. You progress through the game, you level up, you gain your experience, and usually the leveling up is going into two different directions. First is your beast direction, and second is your regular skills direction. The skills are gained through the skill points. To get skill points, you need to level up, and when you level up, you can spend skill point into something. And the skills are actually not really minor things. They actually add different abilities. Like for example, add an ability to roll, but when you jump from really high heights to not die, or some other really interesting things that I'm not going to be spoiling to you. And Abyss mode is something that is different from your main levels, because Abyss mode is kind of like tied with your main quest. Now, in a main quest, in order to become stronger, you need to actually find the creatures called chimeras. Chimeras are your bosses, if you ask me, and if you want to defeat them, you gain this their DNA and gain some kind of ability that you can, well, basically gain a Abyss point that you can spend into something. Now, speaking of Abyss points, it's really tied into the Abyss mode. Now, in the beginning, the Abyss mode is something that is happening quite randomly. Well, not quite, but still. You have a meter, you rage meter if you want, and when the rage meter will fill out, and this happens when you're in a combat, you will get into the Abyss mode automatically. That's at least in the beginning of the game. And in Abyss mode, you regenerate incredibly fast, you're very fast, and you hit very, very hard, getting the ability to defeat basically anyone within this Abyss mode time limit, except for maybe the hardest bosses. And this is a really good thing, and if you are in a combat where fighting with a bunch of different enemies, Abyss mode can activate, and it can actually save you. Later, as you put some points in Abyss mode, you gain the ability to, well, stop this Abyss mode activation if you don't want it to deplete it fully, and eventually you get the ability to activate it anytime that you want, even if this rage meter is not full yet. And Abyss mode is really, really cool, basically allowing you to defeat basically anyone, including volatiles. Now, speaking of volatiles, they are back in the game, and game has, as always, day-night cycle. During the day, the world is full of very slow zombies. Some of them are faster, but mainly they're slow zombies, and if you're running through the rooftops, you're basically safe. But at night, the volatiles come out, but volatiles are incredibly dangerous. They're fast. If they will see you, you better run. Now, not that you cannot actually fight them and defeat them. You can, especially with Abyss mode activated. They are not that difficult to beat, and you can easily defeat 3, 4, maybe 5 volatiles really easy. It's not even that difficult, especially later into the game. But you see, you kind of don't really need that. There is no point actually defeating volatiles. So yeah, other than if you're gonna go for achievement or some kind of challenge, you don't need to fight them. So the best way is actually to use and utilize the parkour system at its best and just run away. Surprisingly enough, the game actually has even cars and driving system too, and it's been implemented rather well. That's why you don't need a really good travel system and a fast travel, because first things first, you can get anywhere that you want using parkour, and if something is quite far, which is never really far because game world is not that big, you can always drive there, and there are enough roads there, and there are enough challenges for the roads and for the cars as well. Like you can actually defeat a bunch of enemies with your car, and you even have some type of races as well. That's usually timed events, but still it's quite fun. And overall, with the small elements, I enjoyed this game far more than I did Dying Light 2. And it was really surprising for me, especially with the Abyss mode. Abyss mode edition is really, really cool to have in this game. Game kind of like juggles between you being quite fragile and not being able to fight anyone and everyone at the same time, while also being incredibly powerful from time to time and saving you from the very dire situations, just giving you this adrenaline rush. And I enjoyed this quite a lot. Now, game is not really, really long. It's not 500 hours like Dying Light. It's around 30, maybe by doing the main quest and side quest. And if you're gonna go for everything, maybe 40, 50 hours, this is absolute max. And what's really important, it has a co-op as well, so you can join other players' games as well, or play with other players. To be fair, I haven't done this, but to have an ability to have it is really, really good. Now, the important thing is price. And here are a few things that you need to know. If you have bought the Ultimate Edition of Dying Light 2, you're getting this for absolutely free. Yes, you're getting this for absolutely free. Not way too many people have that, so how much the game will cost you if you want to buy this? Well, it's not $80 game, thank God. It's not $7 game, thank God. It's regular good old $60 game. And people seem to enjoy this. Now, it has a global rating right now at the moment of the recording of around 87%, which is really good for the game like this. And a lot of players are playing it, hitting the max player count of 121,000 players. For a mainly single player game, this is not a bad deal. So if you're gonna buy this game for the full price, if you can afford it, I don't think that you will regret this. This game is really worth its price, and it's really, really fun. And if not, and if you think that it's way too expensive, for up to 50% off, if you will be able to get this somewhere, this game is well worth it for that price. Well, like it's essential for $30. So yeah, go and get it. Enjoy your time with it. And this video is sponsored by channel's partner and supporter, Instant Gaming. If you want the best games for the best prices, no matter whether it's a big sale or not, Instant Gaming is the way to go. No matter which console you're playing on, and no matter what time of the year it is, Instant Gaming has the best deals for you. And prices can sometimes be really, really cheap. So much so that you would not even believe them. But trust me, they're real. So check out the Instant Gaming through my link in the description down below. below. And don't forget to check out that the giveaway is still up, because you might actually win any game of your choice. Yes, any game. Now back to the video. And if you actually want to watch my review of Dying Light 2, I actually have it right here. You can go and watch it here. And I even have the review of Dying Light 1 right here as well, so you can watch it this one as well. It's a bit old, but it explains everything really well. Don't forget to subscribe here as well. This is it for today. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take care.